Most people planning a summer garden right now are gonna get it wrong. Not because they don't care, not because they lack the space, because they're gonna walk into a garden center in late May or early June, grab whatever looks good on the shelf, plant it, and wonder why their yields are mediocre by August. The problem isn't the plants, it's the timing system behind the plants. June 1st is a hard line in the gardening calendar. Before it, you have one set of options. After it, you have a completely different set. Plant the wrong crop on the wrong side of that line, and you're fighting the season instead of working with it. Plant the right one in the right sequence, and your garden produces from June straight through to the first frost. That system is what this video is about. We're going to cover 5 specific crops, what comes out, what goes in, and exactly why the swap matters. By the end, you'll have a clear action plan for your first summer garden plot, whether you're starting from scratch or transitioning from spring. Let's get into it. Here's something most beginner gardening content won't tell you. The worst thing you can do in June is nothing. Every day a planting area sits empty, 2 things are happening that work against you. The soil surface is losing moisture at nearly double the rate it does in April, and the weed seeds sitting in your top inch of soil are warming up and activating. Bare ground in June isn't neutral, it's falling behind. The gardeners who get great summer harvests aren't necessarily more skilled, they're just faster at filling the gap. So the first rule of the June system is simple. When something comes out, something goes back in the same day. Not the same week, the same day. Here's how to do that for the 5 planting areas that matter most. The first swap is your lettuce situation, and if you're starting fresh, skip it entirely for now. Here's why that matters.
Lettuce is a cool season crop. It was built for April and May. Once daytime temperatures climb consistently above 70 degrees, lettuce sends up a tall flower stalk, the leaves turn bitter, and the plant is done. If you plant lettuce in June, you're spending money and effort on a crop that has maybe 3 weeks before it collapses. What you plant instead is Malabar spinach or Swiss chard. Stop, because this is important. These are not the same as regular spinach. Regular spinach will do exactly what lettuce does in the heat. It will send up a flower stalk and turn bitter. Malabar spinach is a vine. It climbs a trellis, it produces all summer long, and the leaves hold up in 90-degree weather that would wilt everything else in that planting area. It looks almost tropical, and it keeps producing until frost. Swiss chard is even simpler. Direct seeded now, and it'll be giving you harvests in 30 days, then keep going until your first fall frost. It's one of the most reliable crops you can plant in June, and most beginners have never heard of it. Same planting area, same function, completely different plant. That's the first swap. The second swap is about your vertical space, your trellis or fence panel. A lot of first-time gardeners see a trellis or a fence panel and think peas. And peas are great in March and April. By June, peas are finished. The moment daytime temperatures hold in the low 70s, production drops fast. If you plant peas now, you're not getting a harvest. You're getting a heat-stressed plant that struggles for 6 weeks and delivers almost nothing. Beans are the June trellis crop, pole beans specifically. They use the same vertical structure, they germinate fast, usually 5 to 7 days, and they produce heavily through the hottest part of summer. Unlike peas, beans don't just tolerate heat, they need it to perform. There's a bonus here that most people don't know about. Beans fix nitrogen from the air directly into the soil through their root nodules. By the time you pull the plants in fall, your soil has more nitrogen in it than when you start it. Peas do this too, but beans do it all summer. You're not just growing food, you're building the soil for whatever comes after. Pole beans or bush beans. Direct seed them now. They don't like being transplanted, so don't start them indoors. Just push the seeds directly into warm soil and water them in. The third swap is for your first open section of ground, the one with nothing in it yet. You have a planting area that's ready. Nothing is in it yet. Maybe you cleared it last fall. Maybe it's just been sitting. Here's where most people make the mistake of planting too many things at once, then getting overwhelmed managing them all. For your first open planting area in June, the best single move is sweet potatoes, if you're in zone 6 or warmer with full sun, or heat-tolerant carrots if you want something that works across more zones. Sweet potatoes are a different category of summer crop. Once they establish, they cover the ground completely, which suppresses weeds without any effort from you. They produce underground, which means rabbits and most common pests leave them alone, and they deliver a serious harvest in fall, often 20 to 40 pounds per 10-foot row. The catch is timing. Sweet potatoes need the whole summer. Plant them in mid-May to early June and you're golden. Wait until July and the season is too short for a full harvest. Carrots work differently. They're a root crop that takes 60 to 80 days, meaning seeds you push into the ground right now come out as carrots in late August. Use heat-tolerant varieties. Danvers or Chantenay are the two you want. They're thicker and shorter than grocery store carrots, and they handle heat soil temperatures without the roots splitting or cracking. The fourth swap is about your sunniest ground, whatever you've been saving your best real estate for. This is when you use it.
Peppers and eggplant need full sun, warm soil, and time. They are not forgiving crops. Plant them in cool soil and they'll sit there doing nothing for weeks, then get overtaken by weeds or pest pressure before they ever establish. But plant them in June when soil temperatures are consistently above 60 degrees at 4 inches down, and something completely different happens. They take off. They establish fast, they build strong root systems through the hottest weeks of summer, and they're delivering harvests right through September. Here's the thing people miss with peppers. They're not a fast crop, but they're an incredibly long one. A single well-established pepper plat will produce from late July all the way until frost. The whole investment is in getting them in the ground at the right moment, and that moment is now. Buy transplants rather than starting from seed at this point. You want to give them the longest possible runway. 1 transplant per square foot for peppers, 2 square feet for eggplant. The fifth swap is for the ground you're not ready to plant yet, and this one surprises people. Maybe you have ground you're prepping. Maybe you're waiting on a raised garden frame that isn't built yet. Maybe there's a section of the garden that needs more compost before it's ready for food crops. Don't leave it bare. Buckwheat is a cover crop that solves every problem bare soil creates in June. It germinates in 3 to 5 days. It covers ground in 10. It starts flowering in 4 to 6 weeks, and while it's blooming, it pulls in pollinators, which benefits everything else in your garden during the exact weeks your summer crops are starting to flower. While it's growing, it shades out weeds, prevents the soil compaction that hard June rains cause, and protects moisture. When you're ready to plant, cut it down, let it break down on the surface or turn it under, wait a week, and seed directly into the improved ground. Most garden centers carry buckwheat. It's cheap, and it turns wasted ground into protected soil. Now here's what takes down good plans, even when the crops are right. June heat doesn't announce itself. You'll have a comfortable week, and then a Wednesday hits 92 degrees with your freshly transplanted peppers sitting in full sun without the root system to handle it. This is where June swaps fail. Not because the crops were wrong, because the watering wasn't there. For transplants, peppers, eggplant, sweet potato slips, water at the root zone at planting, then every morning for the first 7 days. You are buying root establishment time. For direct seed crops, beans, chard, carrots, buckwheat, water lightly twice a day until germination. Once they show their first true leaves, drop back to once a day. 1 week of consistent watering. That's the difference between a planting that takes hold and one that stalls. That's the full system. 5 swaps, all timed to the same window, the 2 to 3 weeks around June 1st when your soil is warm and your season is still long. Malabar spinach or Swiss chard where the lettuce was, pole beans on the trellis, sweet potatoes or carrots in your first open section, peppers and eggplant in your sunniest ground, buckwheat anywhere that isn't ready yet. Most people will miss this window. They'll wait until the heat is already here and spend August wondering why nothing performed. You don't have to do that. If you need any gardening supplies, check out my Amazon store. The link is in the video description. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And I'll see you then.